Welcome to a podcast where the social commentary is about as effective as a 7-year-old child doing your special effects on Adobe Premiere. This is Cinematic Anarchy. And today we are going to be doing the second half of the Mortal Kombat podcast. We're doing Mortal Kombat Annihilation. Today I have Mr. Thomas the Viking.
Hello.
And Miss B.
Hello.
And we are going to be... Well, some of us feel positive about this movie, and some of us feel certain ways about having to watch this movie. So let's go. Let's start with the positive. Let's start with the man who feels positive. He got some positive stuff out of this movie. Go for it, Thomas.
Okay. In comparison to the first one, the character design as well as the the recast, I should say, for certain characters was fantastic, okay? Secondly, the actor we spoke about in the last episode, I forgot his name now. He usually plays like the secondary villain.
Okay.
What was his name?
Well,
I forgot his name.
The guy who plays Shao Kahn, yes. Go ahead, keep going.
Yes. Yeah, he actually got to play a main villain in this. I actually saw his face. In my knowledge, he spent most of the time... I watched this film when I was younger, but the majority of the time what I remember is he had his mask on. To see that he actually had the mask off and he got to play the main protagonist was really nice. Like, fair play to him. I mean, yeah, the movie was still trash. Don't get me wrong. But, like, some of the fight scenes were decent. They did one of my favourite characters, Baraka's dirty, because they just made him look fucking god-awful.
Okay.
The Scorpion and Sub-Zero, like, suit design looked significantly better than the first film. So,
okay, we're talking Brian.
Overall, I thought it was good. Yeah, overall, I genuinely thought it was it was trash, but it was decent. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, it was that bad, it was good.
So, I'll give you my opinion. Oh, actually, you know what? Let Miss B go before I start tearing shit apart.
I mean, it wasn't the worst thing in the world. Yeah, a little bit, kind of was. Okay, first of all, Liu Kang.
Wow.
At the
glug,
end.
glug, glug. Glug, glug, glug. All I can hear is you drink.
That shit?
Sorry, I didn't realize that was that loud.
This is not an ASMR podcast. Do not drink into the microphone, please. Thank you. Thank you.
Liu Kang, when he turned into a fucking dragon at the end, and he, like, fell off the ledge. You have fucking wings. What? Fredo's, like, screaming at the TV. You've got fucking wings. Use them. Why do you have wings if you're gonna fucking use them? And this bitch Shiva, did she never put her fucking arms down?
No, apparently not.
She's standing there like, oh, that shit doesn't get tiring?
Well, I mean, let's be honest, the character design was kind of shit for Shiva, so the only way that she could walk around is with the arms in the air, because if she puts them down, she's going to squash her other arms.
She's lived with those arms for how fucking long? Like, she can figure out a way to put her arms down and relax without squishing her other arms.
I sound like... Do we have, like, somebody has some interference going on in the background here? Some, another television or something going on?
Nope, no, that's not me.
That's really weird. We're picking up something. That was you. We're picking up something on your headphones. Yes, that was you, Thomas. I don't know what that is.
Anyway. Fucking... I don't know. The fucking graphics in the original Mortal Kombat games were better than the graphics in this fucking movie.
I was going to say... Okay, I'm going to let you finish your thing, because once I start...
Oh, and that whole scene with fucking Raiden fighting the reptile? What the fuck was that? They're literally just standing in front of each other doing spinny kicks and not touching each other, just dick waving, basically.
Yep. That's pretty much what it was.
What the fuck was that?
Yeah, but that's pretty much what Raiden was like in the game. He just dick waved because he was so powerful.
That's all he had to do.
The whole point of
But
Raiden.
he didn't even they didn't even fucking touch each other. They're just like, oh, look at me, do a fucking another kick.
But I will agree with you on the Liu Kang thing, because in the games, Liu Kang's dragon form was more of a Chinese kind of dragon. Like the Mortal Kombat symbol sort of Chinese dragon. And the fact that they did a very Western dragon, I was like, no. 'Cause, no. No. 'Cause, 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 no. 'C That's wrong.
I mean, if your fucking animality is going to be a dragon, you might as well go with the fucking Mortal Kombat dragon. I mean, come on!
No, but the fact is fucking animality.
What the fuck is an animality? That shit gives me cancer.
Animality. It was actually prominent in, like, maybe a couple of the animality thing was prominent in a couple of the games. Not a lot of them. I think they did away with it because it just wasn't... Yeah.
It was trash.
It was
appropriate?
Trash. It was trash. It was trash. It was trash. Having a spirit animal is not a trash idea for the Mortal Kombat thing, but it was not done properly, and... Yeah.
No, Shao Kahn's one. What the actual fuck was Shao Kahn's one, though?
The three-headed dragon?
It didn't even look like a fucking dragon. It didn't look like a Hydra either.
It didn't look like a Hydra, but I mean, that's what I assumed it was supposed to be.
It looked like a blind three-headed snake.
That's about what it was, really. It, like, had dragon heads, but it had the body of a snake, which made no sense at all.
And it had, like, no eyes whatsoever. It had, like, the fucking, alien fucking heads from Alien vs. Predator, like, the fucking thing.
Okay, so as much as I like Brian Thompson, first of all, we're gonna get the Shao Kahn design out of the way. As much as I like Brian Thompson, first of all, the helmet for Shao Kahn did not fit his head at all. At all. Second of all, they had him looking like a cross between WWE Stone Cold Steve Austin and fucking Batista. Got the Batista build with the Stone Cold shaved head. You know?
Yeah, but I mean, that's kind of how Shao Kahn looked in the games, like when he's... So, like, in the games, when you would, like, fight Shao Kahn to an extent and knock off his helmet, he was bald. Like, that is how Shao Kahn looked. But I agree with you, the helmet that they gave him did not fit him at all.
The bald head look, I'm not saying the bald head look was bad on Brian Thompson, it just caught me off guard. It caught me off guard. Because everything...
He doesn't even have the Shao Kahn look.
He has never been bald in anything.
They did fucking Johnny Cage dirty.
Okay. Second of all, Shiva, who was obviously a badly cast female bodybuilder, and what was the guy, the centaur there? What is he? Who is he?
I don't even know what his fucking name was. But
there was a name, Motaro.
It annoyed me because he was supposed to be a centaur, yeah. But, like, his back legs resembled horse legs in regards to they bent backwards. Yet his hind legs, like his front legs, were just like a normal dude. He was just like a normal dude with a bit of a back.
But,
Motaro... He was like some kind... What?
Okay, sorry. Finish.
Sorry, no, I just deleted a whole room on Sims. But this guy was like some kind of fucking, like, centaur, minotaur, fucking reptile, dinosaur thing.
They cast some Fabio romance book cover guy to play this guy. It's like they took the original movie...
Who would you have cast in the role?
I honestly don't know. I'd have to go back to the time, 1997, and see who would have been available. But here's the problem. It's like they took the first movie and they said, okay, here's all the things that we did really, really well here. We got a fairly decent cast, and we did all right with the CGI, and we got some decent locations and some fairly good practical and special effects. Now what we need to do is we need to do away with every bit of the charismatic cast. Get rid of them. All of them. Okay, every bit of the charismatic cast from the first. Recast everybody. Bring in seriously low-level B-list actors to replace most of them. Hey, you know what? Forget it. Not just B-level, low-list actors, but some people nobody even recognizes. Like, just throw them in there in important roles. Let's do that. And then let's pay a 7-year-old to do our special effects on Adobe After Effects. Because that's all we need to do here. And then the scouting location, let's send a drunkard out that's just completely shit-faced and tell him to find the locations for us. And if they're not good enough, we'll just do some of this on a badly lit studio and we'll be done. There's our movie.
I think the only 2 recurring cast members There's the actor who played Liu Kang and Katana, I think her name was.
Okay.
I think they were the only two recurring cast. I think everybody else was recast.
Sonya Blade was bad enough in the first movie. Why recast such a badly cast actress with somebody even worse?
I mean, I preferred this Sonya Blade to the first movie Sonya Blade.
The one line in the entire movie that stuck out for me was Sonya Blade. All the shit that they put her through in this movie, and one line stuck out, and it's at the end when they're doing the Mortal Kombat thing, and she's like, "I'm good with leftovers."
Yeah, that was.
I'm good with leftovers. Like, let's make a character that's supposed to be badass, and you've already made it pathetic. Let's make it even worse. Like, I don't even need nothing.
The Jax bit got me as well. Like, Jax's whole premise was his arms were mechanical. Not they were mechanical gloves on his arms. His arms were replaced with mechanical arms. Yeah.
Yes.
And yet at the end of this, as they're all getting slowly,
they're just arm enhancements.
Yeah, Jax has one ripped off, and then all of a sudden, with these two arms that increase his fucking strength tenfold, he can then defeat the Minotaur that's been kicking his ass after he rips them off and then hits him once in the fucking gut and then kicks him across the face. It's like, no, if you were that good, you could have done that like fucking 20 seconds ago. Don't make it out like, oh, the gloves were what were hindering you. Fuck off. That's some bullshit.
Yeah.
Right. I agree.
I mean, yeah. I loved it, but I hated it at the same time.
Replacing Christopher Lambert with James Remar as Raiden. And then, not only that, but cutting the hair at the end of
It's just white guy after white guy.
What was that?
What was what?
What? Why cut the hair like that? That.
Because I think what they were trying to show in that scene specifically,
trying to give you like a Samson kind of effect, like,
he's mortal now. He's my I'm mortal now, and part of my immortality was actually my long hair. So really, when I cut my hair, I'm mortal now. I thought that was a bit cheesy.
It sounds like some fucking like interview with a vampire. When if I'm immortal, then my hair will grow back to how it was when I became immortal.
No, the one that got me as well was how these elder gods had no idea any of this was going on yet until right at the very end. They're like, no, this will be settled in Mortal Kombat. It's like, Raiden told you and told you this shit was going on. That's what I'm saying. Raiden came and was like, no, they're breaking the fucking rules, and they're like, well, we can't do fuck all, but yet you came in at the end and did something. Right? Bitch.
Exactly.
I don't know. The movie franchise, like, it's always been terrible.
I mean, it gets better. It gets better.
I don't think it does.
It does. It gets significantly better. Minus a few fuck-ups.
This feels like more than a few.
No, I feel like it's one of those things that they'll fuck it up enough that one or two things is going to happen. Either one, they're just going to give up making them, like we all thought they did after this film, or they're actually going to, in like a fucking so many years' time, they are going to actually release a decent Mortal Kombat film.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe.
But I still say the new one's
I mean, it has potential, but they keep swinging and they keep missing.
In the nicest way, it's like they've given a blind person a baseball bat and went swing for the pinata and assumed they were going to hit it, and it just didn't. It hasn't happened yet.
Yep.
The way I feel about Mortal Kombat is that the only really decent Mortal Kombat things that I've seen come out are the animations.
Yeah, the animations are pretty fucking shit, but that's because they have no human limitations in regards to the animations. Because in an animation, just like in the game, you can make them do fucking anything. You know what I mean?
Right.
Whereas we're still limited in what we can do with effects and CGI and prosthetics now, until, like, compared to the games. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's all human error at the minute. Like, that's the thing. Is as a species, we're very limited to what we can do with technology versus what technology can do for us.
I don't know, man. I've seen people do some pretty great things with technology.
Yeah, but I mean, these Mortal Kombat films, they try and rush. That's the biggest problem, I think, is because they try and rush them out because everybody's expecting it and wants it. I mean, if they really, really wanted to release a decent fucking Mortal Kombat movie, then they need to go to the guy who invented the fucking Avatar movie.
Yeah.
And just be like, yo, you want to make this? And just let him go wild. Yeah, it'll take like fucking 6 to 10 years for him to do.
Though.
But it will be good.
Right.
But it will be good.
Yeah.
Okay, I can agree with that. We got a lot of silent moments here, so I'm just trying to...
Yeah.
I really... Here's the problem, is that I had a lot to say. I had a lot of good to say about the first movie. The second movie, there's not a lot that I have good to say. Like, there's a lot of things that happened that I just don't... I couldn't fathom. I don't understand the bad CGI animality monsters. You could have cut the whole animality thing out of it, and it wouldn't have felt like quite as much of a joke.
I still think, in comparison, it was significantly better than the first movie. I'm sorry if you disagree, but it was. Like, I would rather watch Annihilation over the first movie any day.
For shame.
I disagree. I disagree wholeheartedly. I really do. I would much rather...
That's down to preference, then.
I would much rather watch the first movie over the second film, like, completely. I feel like there were more characters in this, but none of them were really fleshed out all this well. It just felt like you were throwing in cannon fodder. You know, like...
Yeah, I mean, for like a solid 2/3 of the film, it just felt like it was a Liu Kang on his journey to find his hidden power sort of thing. You know what I mean? Like, he had to go meet the wolf and fucking go into his dream and then, you know, pass the 3 tests to then get hold of his fucking... And it was just like, oh my god, like, what was the fucking point?
And here's the thing that I'm trying to understand about the whole Shiva thing. They over-exaggerated, not Shiva, my apology, Sindel. They over-exaggerated Sindel's powers in the movie. If Sindel's scream had the power to rupture the mountainside, do you think that anybody, any mortal, is going to stand toe-to-toe with her and do shit? All she's got to do is scream. No. If she can blow up a mountainside...
They wouldn't have even made it through the portal because the shockwaves alone from the screen would have blew their fucking heads out.
Exactly. I just...
the whole...
Go ahead.
Shiva kind of felt a bit trashy as well because she didn't even get to fight. Like, she jumped in at the last minute to fight and then she gets fucking crushed. Like...
Exactly.
She didn't even... She stood there for, like, the first part of the film with her fucking arms crossed and, like,
talking all her shit.
And then, like, when she actually's about to fight, she gets crushed by the fucking cage, and I'm like, bruh. That could have actually been a decent fight as well.
Right? Shit had potential.
Yeah.
It was just a lot of things that made me feel... There was... The love angle, like only the love of Katana for her mother Sindel can close the portals, and that whole thing kind of bothered me a little bit. And then Sindel's reaction to them trying to reunite was kind of a little over the top. Just way too over the top.
Yeah.
Do you know what else kind of got me, like, the character design? Was Triborg.
What?
Triborg, when he goes to get fucking...
the guy with the missiles in his chest?
Yes.
Ah, gotcha.
And that realistically looked like they ran out of money, went to the nearest fucking Amazon depot, grabbed as much cardboard as they could, and just made a suit out of it. That's what that looked like.
Pretty much.
The costume design was not bad. I have to give them, at the very least, the costume design was not terrible.
For most of the characters, no, but for Triborg, it was fucking god-awful.
I also think that the costume design for Scorpion and Sub-Zero were very, very underwhelming.
I thought that was significantly better to the first film's one. The first film's one was they were just wearing, like, black ninja suits with their mask and then fucking yellow or blue tape, basically, over their chest and shoulder.
Yeah, this looks like Grandma fucking made a Halloween costume.
It still looks better than
Not really.
fucking tape.
No.
And I actually like we get to see fucking Sub-Zero's face and the scar. I liked those little details.
I mean,
I liked that.
Yes and no. And like, this particular movie made him out to be sort of a bad guy only helping out the good guys because it benefits him, as opposed to the other movie, the recent movie, which just makes him an out-and-out asshole. Just a murderous asshole.
In the second movie, I wouldn't necessarily say it's to benefit him. It seemed more like he's the bad guy, but with honor. You know what I mean? Like, he's the bad guy. No, let me explain. Like, he's the bad guy who's like, yeah, I don't like you, but I don't agree with what my boss is doing right now, so I'm going to help you to put things right. Because there's a certain way to things, you know what I mean? That's how it felt with him. Whereas Scorpion felt like how Sub-Zero does in the new movie.
Scorpion, well, no, see, even Sub-Zero in the new movie has sort of a purpose. The Scorpion in both movies felt like nothing more than just sort of I want to say reanimated dead, basically. Like I've got a sole purpose. I'm being pointed there by an external force, but for the most part, I'm just reanimated dead. That's all.
That is Scorpion, though. That is what Scorpion was.
Yes.
Scorpion was always the reanimated dead.
I prefer the way that was portrayed in the most recent movie.
That one, it was still the same premise, reanimated dead, pointed in a place for a purpose, but for once we see the full purpose of why and what he's gone through and all. I like that aspect, that side of things. It was good. Right,
like in the newest movie, there was enough there to tether sort of an emotional reaction to what was going on with Scorpion, as opposed to you really don't feel one way or the other about Scorpion in this movie. It's like, oh, cool, Scorpion. Look at that, badass fight. Okay, we're done. You know, and then you forget about Scorpion for the rest of the movie, just like the first one.
Yeah, pretty much.
And
same with Sub-Zero, though. It was the same with Sub-Zero. But, oh my god, Sub-Zero! Helps out, badass fight, says a few words, disappears, don't see him again for the rest of the movie.
Exactly. they treat some of their main characters like they're subplots. Not even subplots. Like one pivotal moment that just kind of feeds into Liu Kang, and not for nothing, I don't like the guy that plays Liu Kang.
Why not? I thought he was a good actor.
So many martial artists out there that they could have chosen to be Liu Kang, and while he looks the part, don't get me wrong, he looks the part. there is very little fighting ability as far as I can see, and very little charisma for the character.
Do you know what I hate about these movies? And that doesn't just go for Mortal Kombat, it goes for any of these sort of martial arts related films, is when the two main characters have their fight scene, and instead of just having the fight, which would look badass, they have to throw in random shots of slow-mo, and it's always around about a roundhouse kick. It's always usually when a roundhouse kick happens from the fucking main character to the protagonist, that's always a fucking slow-mo, and it irritates me to my fucking core. Because it's overdone, and you know it's coming, and you know you're not going to like it, but it still fucking happens, and you're like, why?
I have to agree with that. I do have to agree with that. I also think that that's one of the other things that I didn't really like about this movie, is that they relied too much on distraction techniques rather than training anybody to do any decent amount of combat. You know, the combat, the fight, the whole purpose to Mortal Kombat, the fight scenes,
is the fighting.
Right. And the fact that literally, I mean, honestly, the guy that plays Liu Kang, he's got the most fighting skills out of all of them. Seriously, everybody else just kind of looked like they were half-assing their way through it. You know, it's just, it was kind of sad.
I mean, the fighting skills are needed, but so is the acting skills. And almost none of them had it.
But here's the thing, what we should really take into consideration. These people who are genuine martial artists, minus Bruce Lee, don't actually do well in these sorts of movies.
I don't know, man. Tony Jaa is fucking amazing. The guy who plays Ip Man.
Jackie Chan and Jet Li, two fucking world-renowned actors, aren't actually martial artists.
No, they're
dancers, performers, and stuntmen.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. That's what they do. They don't fight. They're stuntmen. They've worked on the circus. They've done dancing. That's all their karate is. It's their dancing skills. And look at how far it took them. It would have been 10 times better, in my opinion, if they cast a young Jet Li in that movie. I thought it would have been fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, I could see that. I could possibly, I mean, this is 1997. I could have possibly even seen, not young, but, you know, he was just young enough, Jackie Chan at the time, to be able to do something there. This is 97. He was young enough to be able to do that, and you saw his hair back in the 90s.
Oh, yeah, it was literally Luke. In the nicest way, if you put Liu Kang's outfit on young Jackie Chan back in the 90s, you got Liu Kang still. Like,
and you would have had somebody that would have had enough charisma to carry the film, even if he was surrounded by bad actors. Because, have you seen a Jackie Chan movie?
Yeah.
Surrounded
by... let's be honest, look at him in Rush Hour. He carries those movies.
Yeah.
Carries it. Alright, so seeing as we have wrung blood out of a stone to get commentary about this movie, I think we can go ahead and move on to a little bit of sponsorship, and we will be back with a pitch storm. With a pitch storm.
Sounds good.
3 exhausted people trying to pitch a movie. Sounds brilliant. Alright, we're back, and we've got a little bit of a pitch storm. I recently purchased Channel A, which is an anime pitch game, and in true pitch storm fashion for this particular podcast, I've come up with probably the 2 worst premises for a animated television show humanly possible. So we're gonna go dive right into it.
Because of fucking course you would.
We are going to pitch first a high school romance anime called Pretty Idol Wars.
Okay, so idol as in idolize? Like an idol, like a statue?
So when they say idols, generally
like
when
American
they use
Idol?
When they use the word idol in Japanese anime, for the most part, they're talking about, like, pop stars, for the most part.
Okay.
So basically, what we're gonna have is a high school romance, like Japan's Got Talent sort of thing.
I would say this is a high school specifically for pop stars, to keep them
I
out
want the
of the
teacher to
public.
be Mini Driver.
You want the teacher to be Mini Driver?
Mini Driver.
Teacher, Mini Driver. Okay, I can...
Why do I really want to be a dick with this? Oh god, what's his name now? So this is a specific fucking rapper I'm thinking of. Wait there.
Is his name Dick?
Yep.
Yes?
No.
Little Dicky? No.
He's bad. No. I want Little Dicky to be the principal.
Oh, I was going a completely different direction. I was going to say Ben Stein.
No, I still think Little Dicky.
Ben Stein as the principal, just absolute boredom as just...
Yeah.
Can't you keep these people under control?
The monotone shit, yeah.
I want the school counselor to be 6'9". Because nobody would go to him. Everybody would just hate him. That's literally the reason why I want the school counselor.
No, I'm totally down for the counselor being like 6'9", the like bodybuilder type, fucking massive. But I want
Takashi 6'9".
I want him to be.
I'm about Takashi 6'9", so people hate him.
Oh, I thought you were talking about height.
No,
Absolutely fucking not.
No, because everybody would hate him. Okay.
I thought you were talking about the height. I want him to be 6'9".
No, I want to hate
yeah. No, I'm not the fucking rapper, you piece of shit. Why the fuck would you do that?
Because he would be hated by everybody.
Including the people trying to watch our show.
Exactly.
Yes.
No, exactly.
No.
There's somebody to aim hatred towards as a character who everybody just dislikes. Like, literally nobody likes this character at all.
The show would fail just knowing that 6'9" is in it.
No, we'll get Kevin Hart to voice him.
Oh, okay. So you want to basically make the character like Takashi 6'9" can no longer do his little gig as a rapper, and he's in hiding as a counselor in a pop star. I see what you're saying. So basically, a comedic interpretation of him in hiding, and basically like
yes, basically. Yes. See, Chris gets it. Why can't you, Miss P?
Because you're terrible at explaining.
Not actually hiring, like, I don't want to pay that jackass to do anything, no.
No, we just get Kevin Hart to voice act him.
No, because then you still gotta pay him royalties for his fucking image.
No, because we won't make it look exactly like him. At all. We'll, like, scrub off some of the tattoos.
Then why did you bring him up?
Because it'll be him, basically, putting on makeup every day. The only time we'll have to pay royalties is for like one episode where we see him putting on his makeup to cover his tattoos.
Okay, Miss B's eye is literally twitching here. From just
Miss B is having what I had in the first part of this podcast. She's having an aneurysm.
Just because.
No, the gym teacher should be 6'9" in height.
Well, no, it would be natural to have a 6'9" gym teacher, like you know.
No, it wouldn't.
No, I want the gym teacher to be 5'2".
6'9".
Right.
I want the gym teacher to be 5'2", and I want him to be an aggressive little motherfucker.
Like a little bulldog.
Out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I really want Snoop Dogg to be in it, voice acting the maths teacher. Specifically, his entire lessons is not like mathematics about normal maths. It's about how much weed you can legally carry and shit. Like, that's what I want him to be as a maths teacher.
I want to go with the same idea. I like Snoop Dogg being the math teacher, but I want to say whenever anybody gets confused, he breaks it down like he's measuring out. You know,
yeah, exactly.
Okay, let me put it in this way, and then everybody, as soon as he breaks it down, like he's selling pot, everybody's like, oh yeah, I fucking get it now. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what. I want like after class, just every so often after class, like fucking little Dicky will come in to ask like Snoop how his lesson went, and he just pulls out some like fat ass joint from his drawer.
That's who I want, by the way, for the gym teacher. I want this little aggressive guy, right? I want it played by Joe Pesci. This little aggressive bulldog guy.
What's his fucking name?
Oh, what were you thinking?
The F is for family. Bill Burr.
Bill Burr would be even better.
Yeah!
Much better than Joe Pesci.
Okay.
Much better. Okay. No, I like that. We'll go with Bill Burr.
But the two main characters who I feel like the love interest part of it should be about, I want them voiced by two actual anime people, which is everyone who's listening can look up who these actual people are. But it's the voice actor who plays Meliodas in Seven Deadly Sins and the female voice actress from Sword Art Online. Just those two characters.
Fantastic. I'm not looking them up. I told you I wasn't.
I'm not looking them
up. No. Why do you think I just said anyone listening in can look them up? Okay? Is that better for you, Chris?
Well, see, here's the thing, is that when you start saying stuff like that, I can't add anything to it. I can't add anything.
Neither can I.
I got nothing that I can add there.
Let's put it this way, they're very good. They're very good. Trust me.
Beautiful.
They are good at their voices.
Beautiful. Let's move on.
Next, who do you want? Who do you want for the literature teacher? So like the English teacher, basically.
Have we begun to realize that this
Tim Curry?
Who?
I just asked you for the English teacher.
Tim Curry.
Can he? Can he? At this point,
he's gotten better.
He can voice act.
Yeah, he can still voice act.
Okay. Okay.
I'm not asking him
I haven't heard him speak.
Major stunts.
I haven't heard him speak lately, so I didn't know. I was unsure.
I don't know.
Yeah, you know what I've realized that we've got an entire crew, like an entire cast full of teachers, and the pop stars are just like these things that are just there.
no, the pop stars and all those are the like teachers basically. They've all had some form of a career in a pop sort of aspect.
Okay,
but we still need the students.
I feel like this should be flavor of the week. So we should have like each weekly episode is focused around a specific pop star who comes in and voice acts for that particular character. And occasionally they come in, they do voice acting throughout the series, but it sort of should just be sort of flavor of the week pop star. Whoever the hell it is that happens to be popular at the time, you know?
Okay.
And you could do that all over the world. You don't have to just specifically keep it to American pop stars. You can go literally all over the world.
Hey, what lesson are we in this week?
I mean, I assume since it's an anime, we're going to be going with like Japanese pop stars.
Because it's English dubbed, we'd have a lot of...
but it's still based out of Japan.
Yes, but a lot of these American and fucking UK and everyone sort of like rappers have become popular over there as well.
That is
stuff like that as well. Like there was a 5 seconds of summer song that was recorded in I think China or Japan. Like that was, and they know them very fucking well. They're big fans of 5 seconds of summer.
It's also widely known that there's a lot of pop stars that even have releases that end up in Japan, Korea, China, that never even make it over here.
Fucking like Snoop Dogg's that fucking big. The Korean pop idol is Psy. You guys remember Psy for Gangnam Style, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. He did a song with Snoop Dogg because Snoop Dogg was popular over there in Korea.
I'm not surprised, but
you know what I mean? So
then again, Snoop Dogg did this thing for a little while where he was basically only on other people's tracks. So it's like,
but I think wasn't that like the majority of his career for the longest time?
I think that's what a lot of fairly famous rap artists end up doing, is that they do their own albums, and when they've run out of their own material, they're just like, "Hey, I'll come sit on yours for a little while." What do you say?
What? No, I think it's because like with Snoop Dogg, he's that worldly like known, he's that popular, that stuff for him he doesn't really need to release his own material anymore because people know who he is.
Snoop Lion? Snoop Lion?
We didn't even go over
that lasted so long.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess that's our premise too, is that we have aging pop stars from the past that are passing their knowledge on to musicians and pop stars of the present in sort of a secluded high school format. I want to say this is sort of like where pop stars go to get educated because they're constantly on the road.
Can we have an episode where Kiss just appears, please?
Just Kiss appears?
No.
I want
They're not even doing anything. They're just standing there.
I want Kiss to appear in an assembly as Dare Cops.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's,
I'm okay with this.
just get the crew together and just act like those cops, the guys that always came in to do the whole Dare program that everybody was just like, what the fuck are we sitting here for? What are we doing? Right? You guys think we're this stupid. All right, fine. I'll sit through an hour and a half assembly and listen to this. Why? Because guess what? For that hour and a half, I don't have to be in class.
Each one of their assemblies is not actually like a normal assembly. It's a fucking concert for the pop star of the week, basically.
Right?
I thought that'd be good.
Yeah.
Talent show of the week.
Yeah, basically.
Well,
I want
Okay,
certain
so make the
pop
school
stars
like
appear to be
the
stereotypes.
the school from Victorious.
Yeah.
I could see it.
Yeah.
What I want is I want each pop star that comes in to be their stereotype version of themselves. It's like if the Jonas Brothers came on, they're trying to promote chastity stuff, like they've got the chastity rings, and I want them to overly promote it. You know what I mean? Just like hit the stereotypes like really fucking hard. Like when Kiss comes on, fucking Gene Simmons is there with his fucking tongue like wiggling out all the fucking time.
Right, because it wouldn't be Japanese anime without people having weird powers for no reason.
Exactly. It's the point. It's an anime. You can over-exaggerate certain things. Like how Miss B, before we went into this, was talking about tentacles. You can give Gene Simmons his, tentacle-like tongue.
Yes!
It's just overly fucking long and wiggles about freely.
Yes!
Just
throw a random tentacle in there.
Exactly.
Just a tentacle tongue. That's beautiful. All right. What the fuck was that?
That was Miss B doing the tentacle tongue impersonation.
Right. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and move on to our second premise here, and this one's even worse than the first one. You ready? Okay.
Yeah.
The premise of the show is simply cross-dressing.
Okay.
The name of
I'm
the
cool
show.
with that.
The name of the show. Full Metal Cutie Panic.
I love it.
Okay. So the main character...
That's the name of my roller derby team.
The main character who I want to voice is this guy who I listen to do podcasts all the time. His name's Chris. I want him to be the main character's voice.
What?
100%.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
I want you to, Chris. I want you to be the voice for the main character.
I guess. All right, fine. Yeah, I'll do it. As long as I'm getting paid, right? Yeah.
If you
Obviously.
insist.
We pay in anime DVDs. Here you go.
You get to pick the anime out of this category of the shit we can't sell.
Okay. So what? Okay, we got. First of all, I now want to get one of those jackets, kind of like the Pink Ladies back in the Grease movie, except for I want to get one for Miss B now that says
Yes.
Full Metal Cutie Panic on the back.
I love it.
I'm down for that.
We gotta start a whole not roller derby. What am I thinking? Is that what it is? Roller derby?
Roller derby.
Yeah, a whole roller derby league with that as the central There we go.
Yes!
Full Metal Cutie Panic. All right. Actually, that's not a bad idea for the premise of this show. Roller derby leagues.
Team.
One of the teams is Full Metal Cutie Panic. Right?
What I want...
The difference is...
I want, like...
This is a bunch of jackass guys who could not make it in the male roller derby league and think that by cross-dressing and going into the women's roller derby league that they're going to do better. And they're constantly getting their ass kicked and handed to them.
I fucking love it.
What I want in this then is like so I really want like you to have like one of them big brutish character females sort of thing, but I want them to be voiced by Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Oh my god, I love it.
Like just so fucking deep voiced, you know what I mean? Like so masculine, but dresses up like a full female.
Okay.
I want their coach to be this fucking jacked Russian woman.
Yes.
You really like that whole thing that was going on with the Last of Us 2, don't you?
Oh yeah.
You really love that.
I want to be strong like man. I want to be strong like beach with like bear in forest.
Yes.
I mean, fair enough.
That's gonna be tattooed. No, that's gonna be tattooed across this Russian coach's back. Okay, and it's in Russian. Translates to, I don't want to be strong like man, I want to be strong like bitch who fight bear in forest. And then it's just like a portrait of her fucking
No, I want it to be like a nice framed portrait of a bear skull.
Okay. Yeah, I can see it. Like with flowers and everything.
Some like fancy Victorian shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want like the whole team to be like overly masculine characters, but like they look feminine sort of thing.
And the coach knows about all of it, and she's just like, I don't give fucks.
Okay.
This is so fun. Like fucking Will Smith voices one of these fucking characters as well.
Yeah.
I'm like I could see Will Smith doing some of
that.
You guys are
not Will Smith. Hang on, what's that fucking?
But Chris is definitely one of the characters. Chris is 100% one of these characters.
Can't I be the coach?
Where's my?
No. No, you're the main character.
I'm the main. I know what it is. You know what I'll be? I'll be the guy that you know how they do like How I Met Your Mother. How there's like this narrator that kind of goes over all the fucked up things that he had to go through. I want to be the narrator for, like, the littlest guy on the team.
Okay.
I love it. Fucking...
You're just, like, explaining the whole situation to your kids and, like, so... You see those
this is me.
They're not your mothers.
So this is me, and I bet you're wondering how I got there.
Yes, that would be perfect.
I want you to, like, pause the fucking show and everything, like Kuzco does on fucking Emperor's New Groove. Pulls out the fucking dry erase markers.
He's telling this entire story to his teenage children on the other side of soundproof plexiglass in a prison.
Yes! Yes! 100%.
This is how I got a restraining order from your mother.
No. And what the whole premise of it is every fucking time, like, they finish the roller derby, he gets in his car, takes off his wig and shit, and wipes off the makeup and gets into normal clothes just to drive home to his wife and go, yeah, I had a fun time at the bar, honey.
Oh. No, I love that. I love that. I like the idea of just, there's a couple of guys that I would definitely recommend putting in there. Like John Lovitz would make a perfect voice actor for something like this.
I want John Mulaney.
John Mulaney would be perfect too. And what's the guy that is it? Nick Kroll?
Yes,
would be great in that too.
Oh my god.
I want Brock Lesnar to make a guest appearance as a voice actor.
Yeah, okay.
Just as, like, someone who's already done it in the past and is kind of telling you where you're going wrong.
Right. I'm thinking, Like, oh no, because have you seen Dodgeball? The guy in the wheelchair in Dodgeball. Brock Lesnar can play that guy.
Yes.
Basically, play a version of that guy. You kind of almost have to do a parody version, but yes,
I'm here for it.
100%.
All right.
Okay.
We've almost.
This is going to be funny.
This would be funny. I think. I mean, I would watch this.
I want this. Do you know what would make me laugh right now? Is if, like, fucking some Japanese anime writer hears this podcast, and then, like, in, 2-3 years' time, we just fucking see it released on Netflix. I'm like, oh my god, yes, they listen!
I'd watch the fuck out of it.
I would laugh
too. I'm like... I would be that guy that when I had kids one day, I would sit there and be like, so I pitched this before they released it. And just show them the podcast and be like, oh, listen, see, I told you.
Take it to a lawyer. Can I get any money out of this?
Yeah, can we claim some royalties for this shit?
I was going to say, I would laugh about 5 seconds, and then I would be like, yes, hello, I need representation.
Want some royalties? This is grossed over $2
Give me
million.
money.
I want some of that money.
There have been several different pitch storms that we've done that we've been proud enough of that we're like, this really could work as something. Like, there was one that I was talking to you about. I'm actually still trying to find the fucking audio for. I can't find it anywhere. But I think it was after Becky that we talked about it, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
The one that it was the Las Vegas episode with the old timer gangsters versus the new metal groups that were supposed to be performing and using television to take over the world.
Yeah.
Over the world.
Over the world.
We thought that was actually a pretty, and the whole idea was like one of the few things that we saw was like somebody was wearing blue bunny slippers that were just splattered with blood.
Okay.
So, yeah, what, who?
Anyway,
I was gonna say,
yeah.
a lot of these things.
For a
Well,
Saturday morning, I think we've done pretty well, and I think we're going to go ahead and draw this to a close for today. Thank you to our many tens of listeners for tuning into the podcast once again. We really appreciate you, even if you're just one of those people that popped in for the one time. And God damn it, Thomas. God damn it. I mean, honestly, if the hair.
what did I
The hair. It was sitting there like two little. I'm sorry, you don't have a visual for the podcast, I know, because we're not recording this, but your hair was just sitting there like this, like two little blue, like, antlers, like moose antlers, just.
I'm sorry.
I'm trying to end the podcast, and all I just see is, out of the corner of my eyes, these two blue antlers just sticking out of the top of your head. You're so pretty, Thomas. You're so pretty. All right.
I'm sorry.
On behalf of myself, Miss B, and Thomas, the Blue Antler Viking, thank you for stopping in today. And remember, you can listen to us on pretty much any one of the podcasting formats. You can also leave messages for us on Anchor if you'd like to become part of the show and just sort of have one of your messages either praising us or berating us. Leave us one, because, we haven't gotten one yet. And thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
drink some water.
Yeah, stay hydrated.
Oh, that what we're ending with now? Stay hydrated?
Yes.
Stay hydrated. Stay hydrated.
All right.
Stay hydrated.